Hey guys, in today's guide, I want to make the case to you that you shouldn't be scavving really at all anymore in Tarkov at this point in the wipe. Instead, you'd be far more efficient if you were doing stash runs for loot and combining a number of different things on every single stash run in order to level your PMC up. Here we go. What's a stash run? So stash run, red for me, is where I'm looking for the hidden stashes around a map. Normally I have them memorized. They're marked on the maps, and I have a specific run. So I may not even be trying to go to all of the stashes. I'm going to a set number of stashes that I know around the map. I'm not generally trying to get in fights. I'm not trying to get into fights. I'm avoiding a lot of fights. My goal there is to make money. And the weapon that I have with me is really sort of last resort. Like if I just have a guaranteed kill or I have to get in a fight, I want a good weapon. The great thing about stash runs is you start at the beginning of the match. If you go in as a scav, you don't get to choose when you go into the match. And in a lot of these matches, like they reworked customs to where if you go to scav customs, you're oftentimes going in with only like 13 minutes left in the match. A lot of the stashes, a lot of loot's already been hit. When you go in as a PMC at the very beginning, and all you're doing is running straight to the loot spots, you have the ability to get a lot of loot. And the stashes in this game, particularly on customs, are really good. I mean, we're pulling slicks and Zabralos and all these kinds of things out of these stashes. There should be a shift, okay? At this point in the wipe, the shift is you should be running your scavs substantially less. In fact, unless you're just doing a warm-up raid, or you're like under maybe 100 or 200,000 rubles, it's not time to be running scav anymore. That's like an early wipe thing, and it's for fun, maybe for memes, maybe for warm-up. But like, there's some stuff you want to develop on your PMC that's going to really help you. I'm going to show you why it's going to really help you. In fact, I'm going to show you real quick some stuff on my PMC that I think is important for you to be working on. So let me show you this real quick. These are skills that develop. And one of the big ones that's even more important this wipe than it was last wipe is strength. And one of the reasons strength is so important this wipe is that ergo change that they made, where like you can't hold an ADS for very long without it bouncing all over the place, is a combination. The formula for that is the weight of the gun, the ergo of the gun, and then your strength. And so if you can max your strength out, you're going to be able to hold ADS longer, and the heavier weapons aren't going to affect you as much as it would somebody that doesn't have max strength. Max strength, if you just play the game normally, takes a long time to get. Cryptic, what would you say if you played the game normally? How many raids do you think it would take to get max strength? I'm thinking like 1,000 to 1,200.
Like 1,200?
Yeah, okay. 1,000 to 1,200 is what I would say, right?
Number I heard going around was
1,500? Okay. That's a lot of raids. Like, I'll just be honest. It's highly unlikely I'm going to hit 1,500 raids this wipe unless this wipe just lasts till, like, Christmas. I can't play that much. And so what I'm doing is every time... So I don't run my scav very much anymore at all. I run stash runs. Now, we show you guys stash runs all the time on Monday nights. We do VODs of them. We do videos of them. Cryptic published a 12 stashes in 10 minutes on interchange. Did I get that right, Cryptic? 12 and 10? Is that right?
Sorry, one more time.
Was it 12 stashes in 10 minutes on interchange?
Yes, 12 stashes in 10 minutes. You can make it 15 stashes in like 12 minutes.
So he published that stash run. We've done stash runs on customs and shoreline to show you. Now, the reason we keep showing you stash runs is really high amounts of loot. And you're at level 15 after 500 raids, Nick. So I'm at like 520 raids, and I'm at level 45 strength, okay? Jumping red does not help at all. Jumping doesn't help a single bit with strength. They changed that formula. It's all about walking and or running overweight. That's the big thing. If you want to level strength, it's walking or running overweight. And when you're overweight, which means your weight is in the yellow, the first kilometer of every raid is the big one. And if the first kilometer with an air filter running in your hideout is really, really big, and the first, I know I'm adding a lot here, but the first kilometer with an air filter with max hideout management is massive amounts of gains. Okay, if you want to really pump this thing, the reason I'm at 45, even at 520 raids or whatever, is I go overweight on all my stash runs. I have an air filter running when I'm playing as a PMC, and I maxed my hideout management skill down here. So this max down here for hideout management gives me these max bonuses, and that 50% value bonus will absolutely crush you. So those are big deals. So let me show you what I mean by that, by stash runs, and how you can do like 3 or 4 things at the same time. Okay, so PMC leveling. You want to level up to level 40 because you can get your traders up to max, right? And then once you get your traders up to max, you can absolutely get better, like just deals on everything, right? Ammo's available to you, armor's available, barters are available. You need to do that. But that's why most of us are leveling, even if we don't think we're getting to Kappa. But here are some skills you really need to level with your PMC. So they're not offline stuff like hideout management and crafting. These are with your PMC. And you can't do this when you run scabs. This is why I'm kind of making this point. Strength, endurance, health, sniper skill, because it's needed for 2 or 3 different quests, at least 2. And your search skill, which is actually really nice. It helps you loot faster and some other stuff, right? These are all leveled on your PMC. So when you play your scav, you're not actually getting any of these leveling. Strength we talked about. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick, and I'm going to talk about the max way to do that so you can get to max strength, which is tremendous. Endurance is just running during raid. Health. So people think that the more you eat, that like you can up your metabolism, and that your metabolism is going to help you not burn through water and food. That's not actually the way that works at all. The more you eat and drink does level your metabolism, but your metabolism actually only handles how much energy and hydration you gain from the things you consume. How you burn off your energy and hydration and how fast that happens, especially at level 1, has to do with your health. So when your health levels up, you burn it off slower. So you want your health going up, not necessarily your metabolism. Your metabolism doesn't really help in this game that much. Your sniper skill, which you get from changing mags, reloading sniper weapons, or shooting anything with a sniper. And then your search skill, which we're going to talk a little bit about how to level your search skill, because I think most people have this wrong anyways. The 2 best ways to level up your PMC in terms of just pure XP, shooting raiders in the head and completing quests. So shooting raiders in the head is massive bonuses. All right. Couple things. When you're doing stash runs, so I would tell you stop running your scav very much. Start running stashes if you need loot. When you do your stash runs, I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Always run overweight. There's 2 simple ways to be overweight. Overweight means you're in the orange, and it is a changing thing because you can carry more weight as you gain strength. One way you can do that is to buy a docs case and fill it with SAS drives and put it in your secure container. I do that because it adds like 13 or 14 kilograms to my weight, so I don't have to carry as much. I just put that in my secure container. The second way you can do that, and you may have a combo of this, is you can put buckshot in a backpack or a rig. So buckshot, for every 20 buckshot, you gain 1 kilogram of weight. Super cheap. It's like 400 rounds of this is like 10K or 12K, right? Super cheap. Then
you could also use coal packs.
Coal packs are another one. And the interesting thing about coal packs is no one is ever going to pick up a coal pack, right? So you can take that crappy helmet. It's heavy. Carry a few of those around. Drop them as you pick stuff up. You're going to get them back in insurance. Secondly, if you want to be really efficient on your stash runs, carry a weapon that you have a quest for. This seems really intuitive, but I see people not do this all the time. Okay, so for instance, I got all of my stirrup pistol kills running stashes. I just ran a stash with a pistol. If you look at the quests that I listed here, you can actually work on Punisher level 1, the AKM kills, by carrying a cheap AKM while you run stashes. An AKS on customs, doing Punisher 3, running stashes. Stirrup, running stashes. Your shotgun quests, Punisher 4 and Spa Tour 1 and Setup are all shotgun quests that you can do while running stashes. Technically Silent Caliber. I don't typically take super expensive weapons on stash runs, and that suppressor oftentimes makes that shotgun really expensive, so you'll have to decide whether or not it's worth it to take a more expensive thing. And then all those sniper quests, the Tarkov Shooter 1, 2, and 5, I did almost all of those with a VPO, especially the Scav ones, which is incredibly cheap. And I just kept reloading it to get my sniper skill up. So if it's PMC-based kills, I'd probably run the SV98, but for all the Scav-based kills, I'd run the VPO. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just efficient, right? So I'm leveling strength, I'm leveling endurance, I'm making loot, and I'm getting some quests done all at the same time. All right, so a couple other things where you can help get quests done. You don't want to pay attention to this, right? Some of the really basic quests, actually, you can get done on stash runs. Like, for instance, that balaclava scav vest on Shoreline, technically is still bug. You only need a balaclava. So every time you do a stash run on Shoreline, if you have that quest, you should be wearing a balaclava, because then if just in case you get into a fight and you kill someone, it counts towards the quest. Couple things about just in general running. I know we've covered this one before, but like when I run a stash run, this is about what I'm running most of the time. Most of the time I'm not even putting armor on for a stash run. I'm putting ears because I want to be able to hear. Everyone vilifies the GSSH ears, but they're the loudest in the game. And when I'm playing solo, I can hear the furthest away. And also, almost no one picks them up. So if I dump them somewhere, even right out in the middle of where everyone's going to see them, they still don't pick them up. I wear a balaclava. I wear a rig and a backpack. And then again, depending on what I'm gonna, what quest I have, I'm taking like a pistol or something else. And I'm always running the best ammo I can run for the gun. So in this case, I'm running M9, so I'm running 7 and 31 because I'm not taking very much ammo. So if I'm gonna get in a fight, I want a great chance of killing them. My point is, most people do scav runs to make money. And what I'm telling you is, if you have over maybe 100,000 rubles, run this. Look at my total risk here. If you're looking at my screen, what's my total risk if I die? I put all of my meds and consumables in my secure container. I've got a maybe 20,000 ruble pistol. I've got a mag that cost me all of maybe 1,000 rubles. I've got a rig that's so cheap I picked it up off a scav, and I've got a set of headphones that no one picks up anyways. My big risk here is my ammo. I've got some expensive ammo in here. Anyways, my total risk here is like 50,000 rubles. And it's probably, guys, it's probably not even that, because most of this is almost, when I do stash runs and die, I almost get everything back. It's very rare people take stuff. And yet, my stash runs are consistently getting me 200 to a million rubles. I mean, they are more profitable than scav runs by far, and they have all this added benefit of buffing all my skills. A couple just last reminders about stash runs. If you have those marker quests where you have to go mark stuff, those are such easy stash run things. You put a couple markers in your secure container, and you go run stashes, and then like when you're kind of done with stashes, or you're near the ambulance or the whatever you got to mark, you just mark it and you leave. Like, those are simple things to do while you're making money. Be efficient. I want you to be more efficient. I think you're going to appreciate being more efficient and getting stuff done faster in the game, because a lot of times this game feels like a grind, and I just want it to feel easier for you. If you want to level up your search skill, pick up everything. So I know there's crappy loot. I talk about what to pick up all the time. I'm saying pick up all the crappy loot and then just delete it back out, because your search skill goes up as you pick the thing up, not as you look at it. So pick it all up and then delete it back out. And the last thing is, whenever possible, guys, try to get out in 20 minutes. You really don't want to spend tons of time. The reason you don't want to spend tons of time is there's this huge drop-off in the skill development on every raid after the initial thing. So like after the first kilometer of strength training, it really starts to drop off. So like, go get your stashes, hit your stuff, get out and reset and do it again, because you get more bonuses and buffs for that. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'd love to know if there's other guides or things that you'd like to see. I'm always looking for new ideas to create content for. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, maybe a follow. You can catch me streaming on Twitch on Monday nights and throughout the weekend. Twitch.tv/th3dan. The Dan. Thanks, until next time.